Good morning, children. This is the explanation of Act 2, Scene 2 of Merchant of Venice from line 164. Launcelot Gobbo is telling his father, old Gobbo, to go inside, probably inside Bassanio's house. And then he says, Father, I cannot get a good service because I do not have a brain to speak well about myself. Then Launcelot looks on his palm and pretends to be a palmist and foretelling his future. He says, if any man in Italy has a more fortunate palm, which he puts on the Bible when he is swearing an oath, I can say I have a very good fortune. Go to, he says, go to means look. This is my line of life, which is passing around my thumb, and I have a long life. Then he says, here is a small unimportant line which shows that I will have around 15 wives. 11 of them would be widows and 9 young girls. And the money which I get in dowries from them will be a modest income. Then he says that in my fortune it is written that I will escape 3 times from being drowned. And there is also the peril, the danger of my life from the edge of a feather bed. And children, it is to be known over here that a feather bed has no edges. So how can he fall from there? Further, Launcelot says, if Fortune, the lady of luck, is depicted as a woman to indicate the inconstancy, the changeable nature of fate, then she is a good wench, she is a good lady for the purpose. Means women have good business of fortune telling. Then Launcelot addresses his father and says, Father, come, I'll take my leave, my permission from Shylock the Jew in the twinkling of an eye. In the twinkling of an eye means just in a moment. And then Launcelot and Gobbo exit from the scene. Now Bassanio is talking to Leonardo. He says, I request you, good Leonardo, think on this, take a heed of this. These things being bought, when you have brought the things I have told you, and you have orderly bestowed, you have put them properly in my boat. It's probably the ship which is going to Belmont. Return in haste, come back fast. For tonight I do feast, for tonight I am giving a party to my best esteemed acquaintance, to my most honorable friends. Hurry up, you go. Then Leonardo says, my best endeavors shall be done herein. My best efforts I will put in to complete your work, sir. Then Graciano enters the scene and he asks Leonardo about where Bassanio was. Leonardo says, "Yonder, sir. He is walking over there." Graciano says, "Sir Bassanio?" Bassanio says, "Yes, Graciano." Then Graciano tells him that he has a request, a suit towards him. Bassanio tells Graciano, "I have accepted whatever you want to request." Graciano says, "Please do not say no. I want to go with you to Belmont." Bassanio tells Graciano, "Okay, you come with me. But hear thee, listen, you Graciano. Thou art too wild, you are a reckless person, too rude, too ill-mannered, and bold of voice, and blunt in your speech. Parts means your behavior, that become thee happily enough. Your behavior suits you in a presentable manner, and in such eyes as ours, and in our eyes, it does not appear to be faulty. Why? But means because we know you. But in a place where thou art not known, but in a place where people do not know your nature, why, there they show. At that place, this type of behavior will seem to be too free a nature. And I request you, take pain to allay with some cold drops of modesty thy skipping spirit. This means that I request you, keep your wild spirit under control and see that there exists certain degree of self-control and proper behavior. Your skipping spirit, your unruly disposition should be checked, lest otherwise, through thy wild behavior, because of your uncontrolled nature, I might be misconstrued, Bassanio might be misunderstood in the place where he is going. Means people at Belmont may misunderstand him because a person is known by the company he keeps. And then Bassanio says, I might lose my hope of winning Portia. Graciano says, Sir Bassanio, you listen to me. If I do not put on a sober habit, a serious appearance, if I do not talk with respect, if I do not promise every now and then, means occasionally, and if I do not keep prayer books in my pocket and look demurely, demurely means look religious, look serious. No, more serious I will be while grace is saying. While grace is saying means while the prayer is being said before the meals. At that time, I will hood mine eyes. I will cover my eyes with my hat and sigh and take a deep breath and say Amen, conclude my prayer. I will use all the observance of civility. I will keep myself civilized in my manners, like a person well studied in a sad ostent, like a person who has a serious appearance of gravity, to please his grandam, and like a small child who tries to please his grandmother. If I do not behave like this at Belmont, you never trust me in future. Bassanio says, well, all right, I shall see your bearing, I shall see your conduct, I shall see your behavior. Then Gratiano says, no, but I bar tonight. Tonight you leave me. Tonight should be an exception. You shall not gauge me, you shall not judge me by my behavior tonight. Bassanio says, no, no, it would be a pity. It would not be nice. Rather, for tonight, I request you to put on, to have a conduct. So Bassanio is asking Gratiano to put on a behavior that night which shows his most amusing character of fun. For that night, they were having friends who were called in for enjoyment, whose purpose was merriment. Then Bassanio bids farewell to Gratiano and says that he has some work. Gratiano tells that he should also go to Lorenzo and the other friends, but he assures that they all will visit Bassanio for dinner, for the feast.